What's up, Chelsea fans? Under Enzo Maresca, the Blues have turned heads with a bold new playing style that's shaking up European football. But is this the genius master plan that will, bring them back to the top, or are they headed for another chaotic meltdown? Well, let's dive into the tactics, transfers, and, the big question, is the new game plan as scary as it seems? Enzo Maresca's tactical revolution at Chelsea is shaking things up in a way that has fans and pundits alike doing double takes. Gone are the days of Chelsea being locked into a rigid 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Under Maresca, Stamford Bridge is now home to a much more fluid, versatile, and downright unpredictable style of play. Maresca's approach is built on transforming a solid defensive setup into a dynamic offensive powerhouse. One of his first moves, the flexibility in formation. Chelsea's defense morphs into a back three when in possession, with fullbacks like Reece James and Malo Gusto tucking into the midfield to create overloads, making their attacking play far more unpredictable. This shift puts immense pressure on opposing defenses, forcing them to constantly adjust to a Chelsea side that seems to attack from all angles. This is further enhanced by a commitment to high pressing. Chelsea no longer sits back and waits for the ball. Instead, they win it back aggressively in the middle of the park, thanks to midfielders like Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, who thrive in disrupting opposition attacks high up the pitch. The intensity of this pressure ensures that teams are often caught in transition, leading to more chances for Chelsea to capitalize on mistakes. The attacking side of Maresca's revolution is just as exciting. Players like Cole Palmer have found themselves in more central roles, drifting through the middle rather than staying wide, offering new dimensions to Chelsea's attack. This tactical flexibility has already paid off in the goal department, with Chelsea's scoring rate dramatically improving since Maresca took over. Defensively, the high press and positional rotations have made it much harder for opponents to break down Chelsea's back line, with the team regaining possession quickly and limiting chances on goal. Chelsea's fluid play has led to more chances in front of goal. Their ability to transition quickly from defense to attack has caught several top teams off guard. Enzo Maresca's tactical revolution at Chelsea isn't just about formations and systems. It's also about the players he's brought in or repositioned to fit his vision. Take Cole Palmer, for instance. Once a promising talent, Palmer has now become a central figure in Chelsea's attack. Maresca rates him highly, often deploying him in advanced positions where his creativity and goal-scoring instincts shine. This strategic use has seen Palmer step up in ways we didn't expect, with performances that have fans buzzing about his potential. Under previous managers, Palmer might have been used more sparingly, but under Maresca, he's become one of the team's key attacking outlets. Then there's Christopher Nkunku, who made a name for himself at RB Leipzig, scoring 23 goals and adding 9 assists in a single season. Chelsea fans were eager to see him bring that form to the Premier League, but injuries have limited his impact. Still, when he's been on the pitch, you can see flashes of his ability to create and finish. Maresca hasn't given him a guaranteed starting spot though, instead opting to experiment with different attacking setups. While Nkunku's transition to Premier League football has been a bit bumpier than anticipated, Maresca's trust in him hasn't wavered. And as he continues to regain fitness, he'll likely be crucial to the team's success. Moises Caicedo is another standout, and his role under Maresca is central to Chelsea's midfield strategy. Positioned as a holding midfielder, Caicedo gives Enzo Fernandez the freedom to push forward and create, while his defensive work provides the foundation for Chelsea's counterattacks. His ability to disrupt opposition play and quickly transition into offensive moves has made him indispensable in Maresca's tactics. Unlike past managers who might have stuck to a more traditional role for Caicedo, Maresca has unlocked his potential, making him a key component in Chelsea's midfield. Enzo Maresca's Chelsea has become the Premier League's version of a plot twist. Just when opponents think they've figured them out, they pull something entirely unexpected. This unpredictability is not just for show. It's a calculated strategy that has left several teams scrambling. A prime example is Chelsea's recent 3-0 victory over Aston Villa. In this match, Maresca's side showcased a fluid 3-2-5 formation during their high build-up phase, seamlessly transitioning from a 4-2-2-3 setup in the low build-up. This tactical flexibility allowed Chelsea to create overloads in wide areas, effectively stretching Villa's defense and creating space for central attackers. And the result? Well, a dominant performance that left Aston Villa chasing shadows. Maresca has transformed players like Cole Palmer and Christopher Nkunku from promising talents to key contributors. Palmer has been deployed centrally, where his creativity shines, while Nkunku's explosive potential is emerging, despite injury setbacks. And fullbacks like Reece James and Malo Gusto are tucking into the midfield, creating overloads, a numerical advantage that puts pressure on the opponent's defense. This high-pressuring system forces teams to make mistakes, giving Chelsea more opportunities to, attack. This approach has proven successful, as seen in the comprehensive win over Aston Villa. By constantly altering their attacking formations and player roles, Chelsea forces opponents into a reactive stance, often leading to defensive errors and lapses in concentration. It's not just about keeping the opposition off balance, it's about dictating the tempo and flow of the game, ensuring that Chelsea remains one step ahead. In essence, Maresca's Chelsea is like a, master chess player, always thinking several moves ahead, making it nearly impossible for opponents to predict their next strategy. This element of surprise has been a game changer, turning matches in Chelsea's favor and establishing them as a formidable force in the league. Let's face it, Enzo Maresca's Chelsea feels like a high-stakes game of chess played on a roller coaster. Some moves are pure genius, others, leave you wondering if the man's pulling tactics out of a hat. So is this bold experiment working? Honestly, it's a mixed bag, but one thing's for sure, it's a lot more entertaining than watching Chelsea's snooze-worthy past seasons. There's no denying Chelsea looks more like title contenders than they have in years. The unpredictability in attack, with Cole Palmer pulling strings and Moises Caicedo bossing the midfield, has turned them into a team that no one can figure out. One week they're blitzing a top 6 rival, the next they're drawing blanks against a relegation candidate. It's like they're auditioning for a soap opera instead of, the Premier League. Then there's Maresca's, let's call them bold decisions. Dropping Ben Chilwell? Loading out Raheem Sterling? Who needs experienced players when you've got a mad genius at the wheel, right? Sure, there's Sterling's loan that might work out, but if this team starts misfiring, Chelsea Twitter will be in flames, screaming for answers. To his credit, Maresca has shown he's not afraid to tweak things when they go wrong. Remember that dodgy high line at the start of the season? Teams were slicing through it like a hot knife through butter. But he tightened things up, adjusted the transitions, and suddenly, Chelsea looked a lot harder to break down. That adaptability could be what keeps this revolution rolling. It's like watching a mad scientist experiment on the field. Some of his tactics leave you in awe, others have you scratching your head. But that's what makes Maresca's Chelsea so entertaining. So Chelsea fans, is Maresca's gamble going to pay off, or are they on the brink of greatness, or heading for disaster? Drop your thoughts in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe for more in-depth analysis.